Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. This is the companion to cheap tanks, which means this is the video about free tanks. How do you get free tanks in this game? Well, there's several ways to do it. If you were around in early December, you had the king of all free tank giveaways, the T-2 convertible. That was just, you came on, bammo, it was there. So that is a gift from Wargaming. Let me show it to you if you don't remember. This is the T-2 convertible. So this is the latest in the string of free gifts that are tanks. There are two special kinds of free tanks that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to give you the visual directions of how to pick those up today for free in case you don't have them. And that covers this one, which is the Panzer 38H. This tank is killer because it has a 50% bonus commander experience per game. Every game, no matter what you do, it's awesome. The other one is this one, the T-2 Light. This tank is super fast, and it also has a very good silver bonus. So at the end of the video, I'll have the instructions for you. This is the one that I got way back when I was on Xbox 360. This is the T1E6X. There's another one of these, the T1E6X1, which came from downloading the game on Xbox One, which I didn't do. I already had this, so I missed that. Well, I remembered the announcement when I didn't do anything. I'm like, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. So there are others as well. This is the Locust. This is the earliest tank that I can remember that we got for free, just for being here for, I don't know, an anniversary or whatever. So this is one of the ways you get free tanks. Now, there are other ways you can get free tanks. What are those? Well, I guess the next most common way to get free tanks, and this is kind of 50-50, it's free or cheap. And that would be by doing the season. So here's the season pass that's listed in the store. I have the Ultimate Season Pass, which gives you everything the regular Season Pass has, but it adds two things. One, it added a commander, the Krampus commander, and two, it added the Astron Rex tank. Other than that, they're exactly the same. The Ultimate Season Pass just costs 4,000 gold more. So in the Season Pass, you get free tanks. Let me show you those. Okay, in the stage 25 of the Season Pass, AC-1 Sentinel is the first tank that comes available for free. The next free tank that comes available is the Kanonenjagdpanzer, or KJ Panzer 105 tank destroyer, sniper tank. Really good tier 8. Just an outstanding tank. Finally, when you complete stage 100, you get the Panzer 58 Mutz, and you also get the Russian Object 780, which is a free tier 10 tank. Now, it's free or cheap, depending. If you paid money to buy gold to buy the Season Pass for 2,000 gold, okay, fine. It's cheap. If you saved up gold from key cards, then it's free. So it goes either way. If this is new to you, the most important thing I can tell you about the Season Pass is that the Season Pass will cost you 2,000 for the basic model, which is all you need. In the basic version, they will give you 2,100 in gold coins. You can go and count it up yourself. And I highly suggest you do that because it'll really impress upon you. They're going to give you 100 gold if you complete stage 96. If you complete stage 96, you'll get 2,100 gold in exchange for the 2,000 gold you fronted for it. You're going to get all the little bonus items, the emblems, the camouflage vouchers, silver boosters, days of premium, like 11 days of premium, free tanks, and also free key cards. There's 4 free key cards. The 4 free key cards have a minimum guaranteed value of another 1,000 gold. So if you just had the worst luck possible, you would get 1,000 gold out of those key cards plus the 2,100 gold, which is 3,100 for the 2,000 that you pay. So it's insane if you're going to play this game and not get the season pass. It actually pays you gold to do it. Now, and if you want to do this like I did, I paid for my season pass with gold I had saved up from key cards. So all the stuff I got from my season passes have been literally free tanks. I got all these 4 tanks for free. I got the 4 tanks from the previous season for free. Now, of course, the ultimate versions, when I bought those were extra 4,000 each. So, but you know, it costs you 6,000 for the ultimate season pass, but you're going to get a minimum of 3,100. So it doesn't take a lot to realize, you know, it might be a good deal from time to time. It just depends on what they have and is it of interest to you. So that's the thing about some of the free tanks you can get. Now, after all of this, there's other ways to get free tanks. There wasn't an in-game image I could use that was better than this. And this is an example of the key cards that are for sale. But you get free key cards. And that's how you can get free tanks as well. These are the different ones they sell. Basically, what it boils down to, you have blue, which is the lowest version. Gray or black is the middle version. And red is the top version. So these cards come to you for free in different ways. And I'm going to tell you some of the ways those show up. This is an image of one of the cards that my friend got most recently from Long Hauls. Long Haul is a type of operation. You can get free cards from operations. Sometimes the operation itself will culminate in a free card. Other times, like if you remember in December, we had the gingerbread challenge. Well, the gingerbread challenge gave us cards, gave us a commander, which is the gingerbread man, and it gave us a free tank, the IS-2. So operations can give you tanks, and sometimes operations can give you tanks and cards. We also had the same thing happen in November with the STRV-K Tier 9 medium tank. We had another one before that, which was the Scorpion German tank destroyer Tier 8, gave us cards in a tank. We had another one before that, which was the Kampfpanzer 50T Tier 9 medium, cards, commander in a tank. So operations are key. When operations show up every Tuesday, for the most part, sometimes it'll be keyed. Like, well, this time we're still going on with the, Lunar New Year, which is Year of the Rabbit. The Year of the Rabbit challenge gives you a free tank. That's why I had the image of the tank that I got, which is this one, the TANK, which is a novelty tank. And I put a novelty camouflage pattern on this tank. This is the most, some of you guys are going to be still going on this operation as we speak. So this one's a really good one because you don't even have to do anything special. You just play the game and you're going to rack up the points by themselves. You don't have to do any special kind of tank, no special tier. You can do any Cold War or World War II. It doesn't matter. You play enough tank, basically you're going to get the option to get this one, which is the TANK, or you'll get the Type 62 Chinese light tank, which is a tier 7. This one is tier 8, a little more expensive, black box, which means it rarely becomes available. It's the first time I've seen it available, so I got it, bing, bang, boom. There it is, it's in my garage. So this is classically an operations tank. Didn't cost you a thing. And if you didn't do it, didn't get it, well, what are you going to do? You had your chance. So we also have, like I showed you that card, which was long hauls. Now this is the most expensive or valuable of the long haul or key cards that you can get. Long haul cards tend to be overwhelmingly blue. Sometimes they're black. And even a smaller percentage of the time, they're red randomly. Geez, I don't know, one every 2 or 3 months, maybe something like that. I don't know. It's very infrequent. Maybe 3 times a year or 4 times a year. I don't know. I haven't really taken full stock and cataloged it, et cetera, because why would you? It's very rare to get a red, but the thing about the long haul missions, it's fairly basic stuff. So let me go and show you in case you don't know what that is. In the seasons, you click down to the more challenges, click on the button, and go all the way down to where it says long haul. And the long haul operation detail tells you days remaining 2, which will end Monday night. I have completed 2 out of 2 because that's all you can do. And you have to qualify 75 times as the top 7 players of your team in experience, win or lose. So you do that, 75, bam, you get a random card. The one you saw from my friend Fish, he got a red one, which was awesome. So I say it every time because there's always some new viewer watching this who's going to learn for the first time that key cards like these have a 10% chance of you getting a free tank. So these things are quite awesome. In fact, I call them tank lottery cards. So you get your tank lottery card from your long haul mission. Anything can happen. Now you're guaranteed based on color. The blue will give you a guaranteed minimum of 150 gold. The black will give you a guaranteed minimum of 275 gold. The red, like you see here, gives you a guaranteed minimum of 425 gold. The blue cards they sell for $1.50 each. They sell black cards for $3 each, and they sell the red cards for $5 each. And so these things become like a lottery ticket. You could get a tank. I've gotten killer tanks from each one of these cards. This is how you get free cards. I mean, free tanks. Or not how you get it. It's how one of the ways you get them. So if you do the operations, long hauls or other ones like, the Year of the Rabbit or the Gingerbread Man, you could get paid off in a tank or cards or commanders or all 3. So you never know when you first, look at an operation what it's going to have or what you're going to get. But when you go and find out what that is, it's like, okay, it will align your priorities. Because this is the best way to literally, you can spend no money. And I'll show you how to do that upcoming. There's still something else I have to cover, and that is contracts. Okay, These are contracts. Now, what the contracts do is they present to you a series of usually 8 stages of challenges that you have to meet. And if you can meet all those stages, each stage will offer you a small reward, culminating in stage 8 with the award of a free tank, a garage slot, and a commander. Some of these tanks are better than others. Better meaning higher tiers. And as the tier of the tank increases, the difficulty of the contract will increase. That machine contract is a monster. That's a tier 10. And, you know, the requirements to do it, you need to look at those. Now, right now, the easiest contract available is a tier 5 centrifuge. It's a good contract, and it's a solid tank. It's a free tank. All right, that's the number one. Plus, you're going to get rewards. Let me show you the rewards. I'm doing this one right now. I'm almost done, actually. But what happens is you can see this, you know, cycle. I'll have to go back. But you get basically some trinkets, and then 1,000 gold for finishing the stage 1. Stage 2, you get a silver booster and more silver. Stage 3, 2 silver boosters. Okay, no problem. Stage 4, a bunch of, you know, regular medical packs, repair stuff, you know, trinkets. 2 silver boosters, 2 times 2 vehicle boosters, and a little bit of silver. It really doesn't mean anything. 5,000, whatever. Again, trinkets, silver boosters, vehicle boosters, a little bit more silver, starting to get somewhere. Now it's where stage 6 is where you get the good stuff. You get a trivial amount of silver, but you get 3 days of premium, which is good. They add up over time. And I'll explain that to you momentarily. Stage 7, which I completed, 500,000. Now remember, this is a lower end contract. You don't get paid off as much. And then when you finish stage 8, ta-da, you get the centrifuge, which is here. So, I mean, this is kind of, you know, Panzer IV-ish. And it looks cool, right? That's the thing. You know, you get this. This is a free tank. You get this for absolutely nothing. You don't pay anything for this. You just got to go and complete the contract. Awesome. Now, it's a little more difficult, and it's going to have some problems from time to time. That makes it difficult. That's why you want to start small with any contract and then work your way up. Like, wait a second. There we go. Slapjack, I did that one right before I did this one because the Slapjack is going to expire. And that one I was going at a leisurely rate. It took about 3 weeks. Not really 3 weeks, but I was like, I'll do some here, I do some there. You know, there was like ho-hum, no pressure. It's maybe a 10-day contract if I was playing more concentrated. I'd do it in a week, most likely, if I was going hardcore, but it's, you know, I don't want to do it like that. I like to have fun and just do the stuff as it comes up. Eagle 7, my friends are doing this one. They do it. The guys that are doing this right now, my friends, they already have this tank. I have this tank also. I don't feel like doing this myself right now once I finish the centrifuge. Now, I have been known to do this little trick, though, and this is a good trick, actually. This is I'm going to get the 3 free days of premium trick. In this case, I'd go all the way to stage 5, get the 3 days of premium, and then quit the contract. Because I don't feel like doing whatever it is here in stage 6. It's not too bad, 57,000 experience. Okay, fine. But you got to go and kill 80 tanks, and that gets boring. I did it for the Slapjack because I didn't have that tank. I have this tank. I'm not doing this again. I hate doing 80 or 90 kills. The tier 10s are worse. You got to do the Chisel contract, I think, has 280 kills you have to make at stage 7. It takes a month of solid, hard running. No thanks. Not interested. Because this tank, I would hardly ever use it anyway. So I already have this tank. And then this one is 200, a quarter of a million experience. That's no big deal. Okay. I'm not going to complete the Eagle 7 contract. I already have that tank. But I am going to go and get those 3 free days of premium because they're free. I have a little over 100 days. And if you go and do things, if you pick up free days of premium, once you get about 50 or 60 days of premium, you'll never have to buy premium time ever again. You'll just pick up a day here, 3 days over there. Every season comes up, you get 11 days there, and there'll be 3 days in the contract box that's free. So you basically get 14 days on every season of free premium time. You pick them up. You just picked up the days here and there. So it's one of those things. Operations sometimes have days of premium. Random cards will have days of premium, etc., etc. Okay. So contracts are a great way to get tanks for free. Now, if you're a really new player and you don't have the tanks that they require, like for example, this one starts off easy. Stage 1 of the, this is a centrifuge, right? Tier 3 and above. Well, you can buy any tier 3, type of tank you need anytime in the store. Again, tier 3 and above, no problem. This one is literally tier 1 and up. Any tank will work on that. Tier 3 and above on 4. Stage 5 is tier 4 and above. Stage 6, again, any tank, which is awesome. Stage 7 is another any tank. So really, you don't have to have anything difficult except on stage 8, you're going to have a tier 5 medium or heavy tank. Which, as you see on the far right, you can use Cold War tanks, and the beginning tanks on Cold War are all free. You literally don't even have to buy a tier 5 tank if you don't have one. If you've been playing this game for 2 weeks, you could do this contract because all the things that you would have are available to buy from the most basic tech tree in the World War II store, or also in the Cold War tech tree store. The Cold War tech tree ones are free. Now the equipment will cost you, and so it'll be hard going for a week or so as you make enough money to buy equipment for whatever tank you're going to use. But that's just the thing. You can do the tier 5 or below contracts at any time, and you graduate as you acquire more and more free tanks. You'll acquire the ability to do more and more contracts. For most, a new player would have almost no chance to do the Eagle 7 contract without spending money, because you're not going to have the items you need. And certain challenges in this contract will be more difficult. Let me show you. There's one in here that comes to mind. I think it's stage 6. No, that's not too bad. There you go. And this one's stage 5. The first challenge is assist with spotting damage, totaling at least the same, which is 1 times your maximum health in a battle. Now, this would be really good if you had a fast medium tank. And if you don't have a fast medium tank, it's going to take a long time to get this, because you're going to try to find the right map, the right situation. I used a tier 4 medium tank that's super fast. It had a 360 hit points to match an assist. I got 400 or 500. It didn't really matter. I did it easily because I know things. All right. But if you don't know the stuff that I know, or have access to someone who knows this, you're in a real problem. This contract is an easy contract if you know what to do. The tank that I used it in, did it in, was one called the A-32, a Russian medium. That thing goes 80. It's awesome. It's in my videos. It's super tank number 5, which is the A-32. So that's one of the tanks you could other tanks you could use as well. In the tech tree, you have to spend time to go through those, etc., etc. And if it takes you too long to get it, well, you got a problem, because the contract could expire before you're finished. So there are some hurdles you have to cross. like I said, specifically different challenges. The slapjack had a tough one. It made one of my friends quit. It was so tough. He's done it before. Hey, wait a second. I don't know. Why are we not getting this? It's not letting me go through that, I guess, because I've already completed it. That's terrible. Well, that one, there was a section in the slapjack where you had to score double your damage. The damage you dealt had to be double your hit points. So you needed to find a tank that had a low enough hit points to be easily doubled, and it had to have a gun strong enough to make that possible. For myself, I told my friend Fish, and he's like, "You used the T-34-88, didn't you?" I go, "You're darn right I did." Right out of the bat, I didn't tell him. He told me, because it was the more you learn, you get to the point where when I saw that, I go, "Man, T-34-88," because we've had these discussions and we play and talk. We play in different games, but we're in the party talking about, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and so we're constantly talking to people, just like in the high school. When you'd see your friends at lunch, you're not in the same class as all those classes, but you know these people, and so you talk about these classes. Yeah, I've got Mr. So-and-so for this and Miss So-and-so for this class. Okay. And you're like, oh yeah, I had this teacher for this, and you did this, and you share information like this, and this is the information that we share casually, so that that when this came up, T-34-88. And I also experimented with some other ones, and the other one that worked well was the Britannia Panther, which is a French colors captured German Panther tank. Those are the two that I used to get this done. One of my friends was just having a hard time. He was like, man, he was just putting too much pressure on himself to do it. And so he was rushing it instead of just saying, look, I'm just going to play these games and I'm going to let it happen when it happens. I'm going to, keep aware, but I'm not going to go and try and make it happen. He was trying to make it happen. It was killing him. My other friend did it for about a week. He said, I quit. He just paid 850 gold and bypassed the section. The friend who quit was like, I ain't paying 850 gold for this tank. I said, I'm not paying 850 unless I fail. And so I goofed around here and there for about 10 days without really, really trying. And then I said, you know what? Let's go. I'm just, this evening I'm playing. This is all I'm going to do. Just run medium tanks. They're going to get T-34-88. Because the maps change and certain maps are going to help you. It'll be easier. Some maps will be easier for you to do this than it will be for me, and vice versa. So that's the thing. You just got to take it when it comes and not try to force it. If you try to force it, you're going to have bad problems. So contracts are a great way to have free tanks. The key thing is, when you look at these contracts, Centrifuge is fine. It's a free tank, but it's a mercenary tank. All right. Slapjack, another mercenary tank. It's made from parts of different tanks thrown together, which makes it cool. The Eagle 7 is a premium tank. This is of all the contracts, if you said which one of these is the best contract tank to own, the answer is the Eagle 7, not the machine. Well, the machine's a tier 10. It's the better. Yeah, whatever, dude. You're not going to make any money playing tier 10 tanks. That's rule number one. So it's great. If you have the machine, it's fantastic. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you want to look at it from a strictly practical perspective, the practicality of the Eagle 7 is the best, because that's the only tank that shows up in cards where you can get paid in gold for owning it. The Hammer was another one. The Hammer contract came up in November, and it was the first premium contract to be offered. I did the Hammer. I already had the Hammer. But I did it, I had nothing better to do, and it was like, dude, the Hammer is I just like that. I like the Hammer. It's a great tank. So I did it, and I got a silver refund for that tank, just so I could say, yeah, I got the silver refund, and I got all the little small rewards at the end of the stages, the 3 days of premium, etc. And I could say, dude, I did the Hammer contract. I bought the Hammer for dirt cheap. Then when the Hammer contract came up, I finished the one I was on. Then I did the Hammer. Awesome. Got like 2 million silver for it or something, plus the other money that I got for completing the sections. It was like about 4 million plus silver total for doing the hammer contract. It was great. Just because I like the hammer, I don't know, it's whatever. But the thing is, if my friends who didn't have the hammer did the hammer contract, so they have the hammer now, and if they get the hammer card in the future, then it's like 78 or 7,700 or 7,500, whatever gold it would be. So the Eagle is the one of these that if you only had time to do one, that's the one I would do because it has the most value in gold potential payoffs. Also, it is a terrific medium tank. I used this tank to complete the Big Top contract. I used it to complete the Slapjack contract. It was a moneymaker and one of my main tanks that I used for the medium 7 and above. The Eagle 7 is a great tank. The Talon contract was the other one I did. A Talon is also a premium tank. Again, and that was in the cards last season. So when I did the Talon contract, when I got my red card at the end of November, which was, beginning of December, which was the November Tanker Rewards, I got a red card for that. There was a 1 in 300 chance that had a Talon tank in there. If it would have had a Talon in there, I'd have got like 7,500 gold for that. Okay, that was one of the things. So the Talon contract was a tremendous practical contract, just like the Hammer contract and the Eagle 7. So that's another thing that helps. When you see that American flag or any whatever nation flag, the Talon was Russian and the Hammer was German. You see the flag underneath it, that will tell you that is a premium contract. So if I didn't have the Eagle 7, I'd jump on that. All right. The centrifuge was easy, so I'm like almost done with that. I finished my Slapjack, jump on the centrifuge, and I'm going to hit the Eagle 7 just to get my 3 days of premium and then call it even and then wait for a new contract to show up. And I'm not doing this machine business. I already did a 10 contract, and that was the Tusk. And it's like going to prison. Theoretically, I've never been to prison, but you're stuck there. There's nothing you could do. I'm stuck in the centrifuge for like 4 days, 5 days, whatever it is. Slapjack was 3 weeks plus, but that was because there was nothing going on. There was no pressing need to finish the Slapjack. So it was just, I did some here, did some there. I mostly don't play matches with mediums and heavy tanks. I'm doing other things for fun. I'll play sniper. I'll play some artillery. I'll play artillery, sniper, and light tank. That's what I play for fun. Business, I do medium and heavies. Or sometimes, if my friends are playing and they want me, I'll go play with them, on a platoon, and I can play anything, of course. So just all depends. So that covers really the practical value of contracts. So that covers basically what you need to know about getting free tanks. Which this actually reminds me. This camouflage you see was the Team Ragnarok camouflage, which was the team that won the Tank Cup. And I was able to get in on that, so I got the free tank that came from the Tank Cup. So it was sort of an operation, but there was no guaranteed payoff. At the end, you chose Team Ragnarok or Team Tigers. Okay. I was like, well, after my team lost, I was originally Team Cyclops. But after Team Cyclops lost, I was like, well, I'm going to Team Ragnarok because my friends were like, we're going to Team Ragnarok. I'm like, okay, I'm there because I like their design was better than everything except Team Cyclops. I like that Cyclops design. I thought that it did a really good job of making the cartoon Cyclops. So that's why I was Team Cyclops until they went belly up, and then I switched to Team Ragnarok all the way to the victory. Halloween was another one where you had a long operation just like the Year of the Rabbit. You had a long operation, multi-stage. You had to find what tank you were interested in, and I had a video on that one. And the point was, they worded it ambiguously, so it was not clear that whenever you chose your tank, your thing was over. So if you made a mistake and chose the bottom, there was like 3 tiers of tanks. The one that I wanted was in the top tier. So if you wanted the top tier tank, but made a mistake, well, I'll pick up this one too. Well, because you could pick up like 3 different tanks. No, you couldn't. You could pick up 1 tank for free. Some people made the mistake of picking early, and then it cut off their deal, and they were like, "Oh man, yeah." Well, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It's just that the most expensive tank was in the 3rd tier. The one that I wanted, which was the Holenhund, which is the Hellhound, that one was the light tank that had a 50% crew bonus. That's what I wanted. But you had to wait to the final stage to get it. So there's different things that will come up on those different operations for free tanks. Like I said, this is the Ragnarok team colors, which looks pretty awesome with this yellow trim on this TANK. So the thing that I recommend every Tuesday, get on and look at the operations that show up in the seasons. Go to the seasons. Let's go and do it right here. Go to seasons. Whoops. There we go. That's a desert camo. Go to seasons. The season challenges are here. There won't be operations here. I mean, these are the season operations, okay? Like whatever. But we want to see the more challenges, and that's where the good stuff will show up. Now, as you see, mine is pretty bare because I've already done Year of the Rabbit. You guys who have not completed it, you have that option. I don't. I completed my long haul yesterday, so it's still here, but it shows it as checked off complete. The only things I have available are these Allegiance experience bonus and this premium bonus going down this tier tracks of these different tanks, which I hardly ever do. Okay, I need to show that to you actually. In the tech trees, let me show you, not that one. American, I did American. Some Americans, okay. So here, I did a little bit of mediums, nothing spectacular. Now there was a big gap a couple of weeks ago, which allowed me to pick up the jumbo right here. You see this in dead center. This is the Jumbo Sherman Jumbo right here. I picked this dude up because there was no requirement, and I could just go, well, I had an M2 medium, and then I got a M3 Lee, which I wanted, and then all these were open. Boom, jump in there. I said, okay, I bought that tank for like 60,000 silver, no problem. Here, let me see. There's my bad boy. Way back, year 1. Artillery. So I did all the artilleries. All right. Got the tier 10. I also got light tanks. And I got to the Chaffee. It was good. Again, I got to the, I was at, that was like 2022. I was at Chaffee. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm at stage 5. I could just go get the stage 10 American light tank. So I did that. Number 6, did number 7. Got rid of them. Number 8, hated it. It drove like trash. I did not like this tank. Dumped it. I currently have this tank, the T-49, tier 9. B-. It's good. It doesn't do anything for me. I prefer my premium 8 light tanks, to be honest. But these are technically free tanks. They don't cost you any money. So these tanks don't cost you any money to run those lines. All right. I also did later on, someone told me the French artillery number 10 was an autoloader. I'm like, oh, baby. There it is. So I did the French artillery. I don't go and hunt down all these tanks and do this stuff. That's fine if you do, but it's going to cost you a fortune in time making silver. I don't do that. I don't spend all day making silver so I can go and I'll buy 6 more tanks, you know. Nope, not interested. Thanks. I just, you know, if something comes up that's cool, it's of interest, like this one, I went and did this, got it. Yeah, it was good. It was actually the Tier 10 French was better than the Tier 10 American, in my opinion. Another one I did on my own, whoops, was German sniper tank. Also light tank. Panzer, what is this? This is Panzer 1C, butt kicker. That's really all I did. But again, that same gap showed up in the German light tanks to where you could get the Spa Panzer, and that was like 700,000 silver. I said, yeah, I'm going to buy this before this closes. I don't know what the story was. It opened up magically. I jumped to Tier 7 Spa Panzer. And I have that. If I decide to do the German light tanks, I can do those. It's a placeholder, really. But my other one I did German was the tank destroyers. And I'll show you my killer Tier 2 German tank destroyer. I got rid of the Martyr 2. I don't need it. I have Tier 3 premiums that make more money. Martyr 2 is a good tank. Martyr, what is it? 38, awesome. It's Tier 4, tremendous. I also have the Hetzer. Why do I have the Hetzer? Because the Hetzer has the option of this. This is one of the tanks. Let me show you. Appearance. Camouflage. Skin. We can skin this tank. You can buy the skin that has the pinup girl on the side. And this is a free tank. Now, I don't have the skin on this. It also comes with all this other stuff on it, it's a really awesome skin for the Hetzer. It's terrific. I haven't bought it, but this tank was free. So if I decide I want to buy the skin, if this skin ever goes on sale, I'll probably buy it. But until then, I'm not spending 3,000 gold for that. But I have that option. It's there. And this is the thing. You have options that present themselves. And this is all from free tank stuff. A lot of fun you can have here. Now, if you want to go and progress through these chains to get whatever, that's awesome. I don't want to do that because it's boring. I don't go, oh, I got the Tier 4. Now I'm going to go get the Tier 5. You know, grind. I'm like, no, it's not fun, man. I just go play regular matches of whatever. So I did pick up, you know, this Hetzer because if I wanted to get the pinup girl, I can get it. Let me show you another one. This was a cheap tank. Pinup girl. It's the only pinup girl tank I have because this one cost. It was in a 2-pack, which I already had the other tank, so I got a refund for the one I had. This cost like 3,183. Really bizarre number, but that's how much it cost in gold. They sell the girls for 3,000. I figured, well, for 3,183, I'm going to buy this Super Hellcat and have this pinup girl, you know, because just to have one, even though it wasn't technically free. I'm just giving you this info here. So that basically covers all the stuff. Let me double check on Cold War. Yes, I thought that if there was anything that I missed, if I went to Cold War, it would occur to me what I missed, and it did. I missed something, and that was tanks for free experience. Now, if you look at my account on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, it shows XP, 414,000 and change. That's free experience. We had tanks for free experience a couple of times. Let me show you what happened. What happened was that, okay, other things that happened is before that. Before that, what happened was free, this was an operation for the T-95E2. That was a free tank. This is the RDF LT. I bought this one combined with the TCM AGS. Okay, that was a 2-pack bundle I bought. This is the FV211. I bought this on sale from the store. This, Chieftain Hybrid 120. I just bought this. The brand new tank for videos. This is one. MBT-70. This was a tank for free experience. This was about 275,000 free experience. I was a little short. My friend was also short, but he were like, "Did you see that?" I go, "No, what is it?" "Well, Era 3. And I was like, "Oh, Era 3? We don't have Era 3. Yeah, it's tanks for free experience." Awesome. So anyway, we were short, so we paid around 3,500 gold to make up the difference. So literally, this tank sells for like 14,000 gold. I paid 3,500 gold for it. A total bargain. Great tank. If I would have had enough free experience, I'd have gotten it for absolutely free, but, I was close. This was from a season. This is from a season. Those are free tanks. Absolutely free. This is what? This is free experience. I got this for free. This was the WZ-122 rocket tank medium Eastern Alliance, the Red Nation. That was tanks for free experience. All right. So that was another free, absolutely free tank. T-100 was another free one. There was some introductory to Cold War, whatever, free sniper tank, T-100. It's not that great. It's a solid tank, okay? It's a free sniper tank. It has an 8 times zoom. It does not stink, all right? This was, the Armadillo was a G.I. Joe tank, premium and super premium. It cost me 11,000 plus. Worth every penny, though. It's an awesome tank. So, yes, tanks for free experience. And there's another one I'll show you on World War II. Let's go back to World War II. I'll show you tanks for free experience. I'll jump to it in just a second. Okay. The tanks for free experience. The one I got was the Vanguard. There's another tank, another way you can get a tank. Someone can send you a gift of a tank that's in the store. That's how I acquired this Heavy Metal Heroes Model 58, which is the big brother of the Vanguard. It's a physically larger tank. But it's also a 3-shot autoloader. But the Vanguard is an awesome tank. I got this for like 90,000, 80,000 or 90,000 free experience. Because I had seen it, being used in matches, and it came up to free experience. Oh man, this is awesome. So it came out. I snagged this dude. It's an awesome tank. But in the beginning, I was playing it wrong, so my results were not very good, and I was very disappointed. And I realized, you idiot, you're playing it all wrong. And I realized that this is a sniper tank. It's not an interceptor. It has the speed of a light tank interceptor, but it only has 3 shots, and you're not going to kill most light tanks in 3 shots. So I didn't use it as an interceptor. Now, you can use it as an interceptor on a damaged tank, but against a brand new tank, not a good idea. But you can use it as a hide in the bushes sniper, and it's phenomenal. And it's also a great interceptor. If a guy is already damaged, you can zip in, drill him with 3 of those shots, possibly kill him, and then get the heck out of Dodge. So that was it. It was the tanks for free experience, and also someone could send you a free gift. I'll show you in the store. For example, it doesn't matter. M60AX. Watch this. You see how it says send a gift? I could send this gift to one of my friends if I wanted to. I would just click down here, click A, bing, bang, boom, put in his name. It's all good. It was selected from my friends list. You got to be one of your friends. So I've received a couple of tanks from gifts like that. All right, now it's time to get the free tanks. Let me show you where these are. So we're in the Microsoft store. If you're on PlayStation, it's the PlayStation store. It's the same basic thing. So here, we just got to type in World of Tanks. It's pretty easy to find. I see one of them already. There they are. Okay. Now, this is Combined Might or Joint Forces. The black one is Joint Forces. The blue one is combined might. So there you go. These are basic. So we just go here. Bum, 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 bum. Manage this because I own it. This is free, and you don't have to sign up for anything. It's just literally free. You just show up and get it. What you do is you come in here. Now, I manage it. I'm managing it because I own it. You don't own it. You're going to get it. And all you need is this thing here. Whoops. There we go. Joint Forces, this 10.1 megabytes. This has one of the tanks. I think this is the Panzer 38H. It might be the T-2 Light. This one has one of them. The other one, Joint Forces, is the black one. We go back here. Oh, sorry, wrong. Not that one. My mistake. Let's. The one we're looking for is combined might, and that is the. Wait a second. This, I think it's this one. World of Warship Legends. It might be this one. Let me double check and see. No. Damn your hide. Cancel. I don't want that game. Well, I'll just fix this the old-fashioned way. All right. There we go. That's the one you want. Combined might. There we go. You jerkweed. Manage this one. Combined might. Because this one is the same as the other one. The only thing you want to do is download this 10.1 megabyte file. One of them gives you the Panzer 38H for free. The other one gives you the T-2 Light for free. If you have those tanks, you won't get a refund. You won't get anything, whatever. But basically, these are just two tanks for free, the two that I showed you. So, the thing that's great about those tanks, those are tier 2 tanks, which they don't sell in the stores. The only way you can get them right now is from what I've just showed you. You cannot buy them in the store. But you can use these tanks to run long-haul missions. And you can run more tier 2 long-haul missions faster than you can run anything else. Tier 3 is the next fastest. Tier 4 is the next fastest. Now, I'm saying if you play the game to its logical conclusion, you can always go run out and die with anything. That's okay. If that's what turns you on, hey, go ahead. But the tier 2s, those matches you can play the whole match, and you can get in 10 to 12 matches, sometimes more, an hour, depending. It just all depends on the luck factor. You know, the Panzer 38H is super tough for a tier 2 light tank. It has heavy armor for a light tank, so it's slow. The T-2 Light, it is super fast. It will go over 80 when you jack up the speed. I think the top speed is like 87. That thing is a monster. Now, it's super weak. It has a decent gun, but it's super fast. And so in that tank, your key attribute is your speed, not your gun power. The Panzer 38H pretty much is the gun power, and the fact that its armor is super tough makes it great. So these are the two tanks I promised you. Go get those. Do your long hauls. Rake it in. Leave us a comment. You know what to do. That is the end of the free tanks. So this covers the ways you get free tanks. So if you want to know more stuff, you can look at my other videos, and I have other tanks videos about free tanks. And the phrase that I use is free cards equals free gold, and free gold equals free tanks. It's just that simple. And sometimes free experience will also get you free tanks. That's why I have hoarded 400,000+ of free experience. I don't use it to go and get the next gun on a tank, because in general, I don't do that to begin with. So I'm not tempted. Well, it's like I'm 10,000 away from this new gun that would be awesome. Let me just go and spend 10,000 free experience to get. No, free experience is a free tank for me, or tanks plural, like you've seen. So I'm just waiting to get the next tanks for free experience, because I'm going to get free experience tanks. So hopefully you learned a lot from this video. That would be very helpful. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. This could help them as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching.